So I always wanted an Ashoka Fellowship.
We studied some other Ashoka Fellows and the Ashoka model. It was very inspiring to me, actually, and I never would have imagined that I could end up being a fellow.
I was like, man, these people from Ashoka, whoever they are, they keep calling. Somebody was like, oh no, you should return that phone call. Those people are legit.
Ashoka is a global network that has identified and is developing changemakers and social entrepreneurs around the world. People who are committed to advancing systemic change to improve the world.
What I found over time was that, this community wasn't about Band-Aid solutions. This community wasn't about feel-good type of projects. This community was about solving some of the most important problems facing humanity today.
Like racism,
health education,
public education,
great inequality,
food-related diseases, exploitation, ecological devastation,
generational poverty and generations of neglect and disinvestment.
We have a whole generation of people who are grieving what they perceive to be the American dream. At the same time, you have a generation of folks who, for the first time, are having their voices appreciated, amplified, and acknowledged.
In Ashoka, you hear one story after another of people and organizations that are advancing very exciting changes in the world. What leads to systemic change? What are the ways that we can make investments or prepare people? We don't want just more cooking, we need better recipes. And I think Ashoka was really prescient in saying, who are the people that come up with better recipes?
Appalachia economically has been really dominated by the coal industry. And so coalfield development exists to very tangibly demonstrate what a new post-coal economy can look like.
Today, 34 million Americans say that they've lost a loved one in the last 5 years because they couldn't afford their medication. Here in the United States, we're trying to reimagine the patent system to actually work for people to get more affordable versions of their medication.
Forge is focused on working from within the gun owner community on transformative, non-political projects to prevent gun suicide and gun homicide.
Regenerative agriculture is really about transformation of energy from non-edible forms into edible forms.
In BB Community, we believe in defining everybody by their aspirations and their contributions before you get into any of their challenges. It's a community of inspired Black people who are committed to making a society where everyone is free to live, own, vote, and excel.
Ashoka's motto is everyone's a change maker. I think what Ashoka brings, both in terms of its depth and also its breadth, is a particular insight into how that gets done.
If we really were going to transform whole systems for our country, and if we really do believe everyone's a change maker, then that needs to include the rural areas and not just the cities.
We don't have the exact same challenges here at Pine Ridge as we do in New York City or Alaska, but how change makers maneuver those challenges, those lessons are universal. That alone informs the people around us, and it begins to work towards a world where everybody's a change maker and everybody has that mentality that giving up is not an option.
I love this philosophy of everyone being a change maker, because the reality is all of us are always influencing the people on our right and the people on our left every single day. Other fellows have helped me to see the world in different ways. We've helped each other problem solve and ideate. It's a rich and vibrant network.
Ashoka is one of the most sustaining and important communities in my life. We set up a monthly cohort call that we are still doing almost 5 years on. Like, I have one tomorrow.
One of our first big programs was a project I founded with 2 other Ashoka Fellows.
Ashoka's a learning organization, right? It's always evolving.
It's really thoughtful, a little bit of a brainiac.
visionary, hopeful.
One of my best friends, one of those real best friends forever.
Ashoka is wise, compassionate, and yet really courageous.
Here's somebody who won't go to bed until the change happens. And when they go to bed, they're gonna freaking dream about it, just like you.
We invest in those leaders who see the challenges and meet it head on with a sense of imagination, creativity, and I would argue play. Some of the Ashoka Fellows I've met have been some of the most playful, exciting party people that I know.
When you invest in Ashoka, let's be clear, you're investing in hope, but you're also investing in intelligence. You're investing in the folks who aren't limited by what they can see. It takes a special kind of person to create breakthroughs. It takes a special kind of person to create systems change because it's not a mechanical process.
If you can build a global ecosystem of the brightest minds and their purpose is to change the world to a better world where everybody can thrive, if you are able to assemble a global platform that brings that kind of talent together, we can change the world.